delicious.
It basically tastes like steak sauce.
Nice.
Like steak sauce?
Kind of. It's really good. It's got like a spicy, smoky flavor to it.
The Worcestershire?
Worcestershire sauce, kind of, yeah.
Worcestershire.
Salty, smoky, and bold.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce.
Is it Worcester sauce or Worcestershire sauce?
Westchester.
Worcestershire.
Worcester.
I just say the W sauce.
He does.
Because I can't say the word. So, when we left off, you had encountered some really messed up alcoves with this red light and these awful sounds pouring from them, as well as some skeletal creatures which attacked you. There was a massive ogre-sized skeleton, and then some smaller, just more human-sized skeletons, and you managed to dispose of the 5 of them.
Yay.
Yay, we win.
Thank heavens.
Debating if I should perhaps... how many spell slots am I looking at here? How do I open my character sheet again?
If you double-click on your token...
There it goes, okay. I have...
And there is... The reddish light from the alcoves are still... It's still coming out, but the light that was behind the ogre skeleton at the far portion of the stairs, that light diminished and then went out after the ogre skeleton was destroyed, and now it's just kind of darkness down below. And then back behind you, the way that you had come in, there were some chambers that you have not yet explored.
Yes,
There was a chest in one of them,
I have not forgotten about the chest.
but it had some weird color to it.
Did we
It's like,
explore the
look
rest of
green
this
it.
room that we fought our way into?
This is just a stairwell going deeper and deeper down into the earth.
And there's the reddish light is in that direction, correct?
The reddish light are coming out of those alcoves on the left wall.
Can I check something out with the alcove that is right there?
Sure.
All right.
Guess I'm not seeing the alcoves.
Well, that's interesting. As I walked closer to it.
If you move further down the hallway, you'll be able to.
Okay.
Heidi, what are your spell slots looking like?
I think I have 2 and 3. Let's see. I have 2 level 1s and 1 level 2. So not a lot.
Not a lot. And which one of yours is the healing one?
Well, I can do it at level 1 or level 2. It's just more
Okay.
useful at 2, obviously.
Level 2. Yeah. So I have
You still have potions too, right?
2 level 4. Yeah. I have 2 level 4 and 1 level 2.
Okay.
I have one called False Life, where I could gain 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points. And then we have a potion of healing each. How much does the potion of healing give?
I believe a D... 2d4 plus 2.
Is there anything I need to roll to check out the alcove?
Just a perception check. What are you checking for specifically? Just anything odd other than the dim red light that is just sort of emitting out of the air itself?
And I would also like to know what that noise is that occurs when I get close to it?
You don't see a source of the noise, and as far as you can tell, the alcove is just solid rock on all three sides and above and below.
Okay.
You don't see like a specific thing that the sound is coming from, other than the alcove itself is just sort of emitting this noise.
Has any of us
The
ever
noise and
stepped
the
into
light.
the alcove? I don't think so.
I am going to
Push
drop
it in.
another. I think we have one more in our bag of tricks.
Okay, I'm gonna step into it.
Oh god.
Oh, the light's getting redder.
Yeah, everything's all red. Shit.
Fun.
Is that
The
blood?
you feel no different. The light is sort of enveloping you and the space
Like
that
a
you're
warm
in,
hug?
like a warm puppy.
So, before we go any further, I'm gonna drop something else out of the bag of tricks in case we come across anything that's not good.
Okay.
Oh, it's because at 4 a.m. it will reset, and then I'll have 3 more. I think we've dropped 1 so far. We had a weasel.
Yeah.
And a weasel.
It is actually just after 4 a.m. So
What time is dawn?
Isn't height.
I'm glad you asked, because I actually went through and I had to set the sunrises and sunsets for the entire year for the calendar. So let me
You're awesome, Alex.
let me pull that up.
Nice.
However, they have to be whole numbers, so you couldn't say like 5:30. It has to be either like
Yeah.
5 or 6 or 7. So right now in low summer, dawn is at 4 a.m. Dusk is at 9 p.m.
Okay, so I have all 3 back then in my bag of tricks.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna drop 1 before anything else gets potentially triggered to happen, so I don't have to use an action then.
Come on, weasel.
And with a 5, we get a panther.
Ooh.
Okay.
Which is cool, because I think we still have a panther token.
Panther. Yep.
What kind of roll would I need to do to check for traps?
And where do you want to check for traps?
Around the treasure chest that's definitely not a trap.
Oh, okay. So you're going to move over towards the room filled with the greenish brown haze.
Yes, I'll be moving.
Delicious.
I'm moving myself. Whoops. Okay.
So the room is about 50 by, or I'm sorry, 25 by 15, and you see that there's a hallway, an exit on the far end, and the stairs going down in front of you into the room. The room sits lower than where you are standing now, but it's filled with this greenish brown haze extending pretty much all the way up to the ceiling of the room.
Should we send the panther in there in case it's like a poison gas?
Sure.
Bag of tricks.
I mean-
It should be called bag of sacrificial offerings.
Yeah, I feel a little sad about doing this, but
Or would you rather send a person down there?
yeah.
I have pretty good poison resistance. Just
Yeah,
saying.
but we need you.
What do we do?
How do I get the players thing to go away so that it's not blocking my view?
What players thing?
I have the list of players in the bottom left-hand side, and it's taking up screen space.
Can you click the little down arrow?
Yeah,
I guess
Oh,
the
that
yeah.
doesn't
arrow's
do
now
anything.
pointing down, and I still have a full list of people.
Yeah, it's not collapsing for me
Just
either.
move your map. You know,
I don't want to move my
right
map.
click and scoot your map
I
over.
want my
Scoot
I want
your
that
map.
to go away. All right, so the panther walks in.
Panther walks into a bar.
I need. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for the panther, please?
There goes the panther.
Good idea, Jacob. Kill the panther.
I always trying to kill my panther.
You like it when I kill your panther.
I don't. Bear with me, Alex. I am looking at. So Constitution. How do I roll? Ability check, saving throw. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. 16.
Nice.
So the panther
Not
kind of
enough.
grimaces, and its ears are laid flat back. Its back is the hair on its back and tail. It's all bushed up. This panther is not enjoying the experience of being in this haze, but it has not taken any damage. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. It has taken a little bit of damage. It takes 1d4 points of psychic damage.
I feel like the panther would then leave that room.
And it's half damage because it made it save, so it took 2 points of damage.
I am taking that down.
This is fun.
So anyhow, we were going to use our rope and our grappling hook to pull this trunk over to us.
Okay.
We reasoned that we'd see that the panther was, if nothing else, real unhappy about being down there.
Yeah.
It was obviously distressed.
Yeah, and I don't have a ton of hit points, so I'm not interested in sustaining psychic damage, checking for traps.
Well, not that we know it's psychic damage, but any damage checking for
Yeah.
traps.
Yeah. All right. So who's gonna toss the grappling hook?
I will toss. I have both rope and grappling hook. So what kind of roll should I do?
You want to make a basically it's going to be a ranged attack. So roll a 20-sided and add your dexterity modifier to it.
Okay. What's my dex? I need to add 3 to that.
So you got
So-
16.
16.
Now, realistically, you guys would probably have to use, because if you just grab it at the top, it's just gonna, chances are it's just gonna tip the chest over. Do you know what I mean? If you just pull on the very, very top of it. So you probably need 2 grappling hooks, one on either side. Because if you just grab it on the one side, it'll just turn the chest, but it won't actually pull towards you.
Thoradin, do you have a grappling hook and rope, or I can give you mine, my dex, and my
I have
strength.
I have rope but
2
no
in my
grappling.
I have 2 in my inventory,
Oh, okay.
so I can. Should I do a separate roll for the second one?
Yes.
I was
Okay.
gonna say someone with good dex or strength then should be the people doing this particular thing.
Oh boy. Oh boyo.
Nope. First,
Dang.
your first attempt did not get there, so go ahead and you can keep trying. It's just
Okay.
taking time is all it is. We'll just say you get it eventually.
Okay.
Took you a couple of tries on the second one, but finally you get it in place, and so there are 2 grappling hooks hooked on either side of the chest, and then you can begin to pull it back. Getting it up the stairs is going to be a second set of problems. I'm not exactly sure how you're going to solve that. Do you have a tensor's floating disc or anything you can cast underneath it?
I mean, I feel like if the grappling hooks are low enough, it could be.
And have Thoradin hauling on them.
I was
Yeah.
gonna-
How many stairs and what's the distance?
It looks like there's 10 feet worth of stairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
And
have
where does the
a.
haze start?
Um,
Or at the bottom of the stairs?
It
What
seems
if,
like
what
as
if
soon as you
Thoradin
start
just
going down
holds
the
his breath and
stairs.
grabs it and brings it up?
where
Yeah,
you're...
why not run down the steps and get it.
Yeah, you could try that. You might end up taking some damage by whatever
Okay.
effect is happening.
I also have a quarterstaff that we could lay on the ground, and you could pull it up the quarterstaff, or use a quarterstaff to.
We had
kind
two,
of
we have
jack
two
the-
quarterstaffs because that would work.
I
Or
would
just
like
to-
to. what I would like to do is to take the ropes and pull on it and get a feel for how heavy I think it could be, so I make sure I don't run down there and now it's too heavy to pick up.
Okay.
So what would I need to roll to kind of gauge to make sure that I can pick up this chest? I don't want to go down there and split my pants with it.
Let me see. It weighs a pound.
I mean, I'm pretty strong.
50, so I'm doing some quick math. You're guessing it weighs about 50 or 60 pounds.
Oh, no
How
problem.
much does the lid weigh?
Just the lid of a chest?
Yeah, estimate just the lid of the chest.
I would guess maybe about the same weight as a gallon of milk.
Okay, so less than 10 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mage hand, they pull it to the bottom of the steps, and I use mage hand to flip the lid open.
It is locked.
I use mage hand to unlock it.
Can you do pick locks with a mage hand?
Let me see what my restrictions of mage hand are. I think that's a fair question.
How dexterous is your...
Spectral floating hand. I can control the hand. I can use it to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door container.
Oh yes, you can.
An item from an open container.
You can use thieves' tools to pick locks and disarm traps at range with mage hand.
Okay.
Yeah, if we can get it up the stairs, I can open it.
That's true.
Yeah, but then no one has to go down the stairs, and we can see if there's
Right.
anything worth going down the stairs for.
That's a very good point. And if there's something horribly cursed in it, you know, we're far away.
Yeah.
It doesn't blow up in my face.
Right.
Yeah. I use mage hand. What do I have to roll to mage hand the lock open? I still think we should pull it to the bottom of the stairs so that it's like right there, but...
Well, I think we did.
Okay.
Yeah, the chest is pulled up to the bottom stair right now. The clasp is actually on the other side of the chest. So during this little maneuver, you did like the one grappling hook thing to sort of turn the chest so it was facing towards you instead. And since you have thieves' tools, but you're not proficient with them, right?
I think I was working towards that, but no, not yet. I'm proficient with Tinker's tools, so I don't feel like I should be at a disadvantage. I think that's what we decided last time.
You would just not add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So it would be a straight dexterity check.
I am not incredibly dexterous, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'm not using the attributes. Dexterity. Ability check?
Yep, just straight dexterity.
Normal.
Not great.
I really hate these dice. Can I try again?
Yeah, each attempt takes a minute, so you're just spending a couple of minutes working on it with your mage hand. You'll eventually get it, I'm sure, so it took a couple of minutes. You got it on the your second minute of working at it. Finally hear it click. The latch opens.
Okay. Open the top.
Mage hand opens up the chest, and inside you see a bunch of coins. Mostly copper, it looks like, at this distance, but you see some other
I pick out all of the gold
colors
coins
mixed
with
in.
mage hand.
That'll take some time. There's probably close to 2,500 copper pieces in there.
Okay, so during that, can Aaron be prepping, during all this, can Aaron be prepping his talk to animals so the next time we need him to, he can talk to the panther?
If he... do you get that after a long rest or a short rest?
Let me look here.
And or we know there's money in it now, and after we explore the rest, we come back for it.
Sorry, I always have a hard time finding where it's at here.
Because I don't think we necessarily need to carry a bunch of shit through this. We can always get this on the way out.
True.
It's probably under your features.
Features and trades. Speak with animals. This says I can do it as a ritual. It doesn't say I have a limit of the number of times.
So you can just cast it as many times as you want, as long as it's a ritual.
Yeah, I think so. It just says it lasts for 10 minutes, takes 1 casting time action. It says cast at will, first level.
Okay,
How-
yeah. Yeah, so it just, every time you want to cast it, it just takes you 10 minutes to perform the ritual. Lux, make a perception check for me.
This can't be good for us, folks. My dice are cursed.
And you're probably up here since you're working on the
I'm staying as
chest.
far back as my mage hand will allow.
Well, you need to be able to see what you're doing, though.
Yeah, that's why I said as far back as my mage hand will allow. 17.
17, you do notice sort of half buried in the coins is a wooden box of some kind. A small wooden box like you would get at like a Hobby Lobby or something like that. One of those little crafty boxes.
Can my mage hand lift this crafty box?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I lift the box out and bring it over. Lee, does this
Alright.
look like it has any traps connected to it?
So the hand floats the box over to Lee. Lee, you can make a perception check.
I start chanting Jewel, 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 Jewel.
Rudy, Rudy, Rudy.
Why is it not?
Hmm?
Here we go.
You do not find any sort of trap mechanism on the box.
Alright, mage
Is
hand.
it locked in any way, or is it just have?
Does not appear to be locked,
I use my mage hand to open the box.
but the mage hand is holding the box.
It puts it down on the ground in front of Lee already.
Oh, okay.
I
It-
will open the box. I open
It
the box.
explodes! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
With
Um,
glitter.
The box is lined with a soft cloth material that has
Is it baby skin?
it's not baby skin, but it is rather old, and so it's kind of frayed in places.
Old person
Um,
skin?
Old man.
But no, it's not skin.
Yeah, yeah.
It's woven with pubic hair.
Oh, good
Alright,
lord,
sweet.
that's not soft at all.
It might be.
It's
If
cushiony.
you condition it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say that. I love you, honey.
Don't make me spit my Viking's blood out.
Oh, swallow.
The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The box contains 5 gemstones.
Ooh,
Oh,
I'm
good,
gonna
good,
take some
good.
gemstones.
Oh, I'll
Lee-
take some of them gemstones too.
Look
Lee
so-
turns around and says, "Ooh, there are 3 gemstones in this box."
I grabbed the other 3 then, and watching her
Just-
pocket first too.
There is a
We'll
banded.
we'll
there's
worry
a-
about divvying them up by value later.
There is a banded agate, 2 hematite, a moss agate, and a rhodochrosite.
Oh, fun. So,
Same, maybe right
semi-precious.
Yeah,
And some less so.
we can figure that out cost-wise later. It doesn't matter who has it now.
They're worth
Yeah,
about
cool.
10 gold pieces each.
Yeah.
We'll
Someone
scoop
pockets
them
them.
gemstones, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so someone, whoever's.
And then, like a
Are you
child on
taking-
Christmas morning, after I've opened the present, I toss the box like behind me because I don't care
Alright.
anymore.
Toss the box. Unless you're like a cat and the box is like the best thing, you just dump the gemstones out and you're like, ooh, Hobby Lobby box.
Lee sits
I
at-
toss. Okay, I toss the box to the
It's
panther.
The panther crawls into the box that Lee just discarded. And
At least
sits in
he tries to. It's like a big cat in a
Right.
little box.
it. That somehow always works.
Yep,
Yes. That's because they are semi-liquid.
they are. All
Alright,
right,
Aaron,
so
how's your chanting coming? Because we can come back for the rest of these coins later.
Yeah.
Omni, 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 omni. I'm chanting
Wait.
away.
I wasn't sure if you were chanting or eating something that you were enjoying.
I'm
Yum, yummy, 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 yummy.
Drinking
that was
no food.
that was a sound from an old video game. That was like, when the person was concentrating, they did that. It was called Odd World.
I remember Oddworld.
Yeah,
Odd
that's how we-
World.
Whenever he was trying to take over one of the thugs, he'd go omni, 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 omni.
All right, so you still have like the hallway. There's a passageway leaving the haze-filled room to the west, and then also in the first chamber that you entered, there was a side passage that you did not check, and also some cells down the prison hallway that you did not check.
The blood that trail though seems to continue down to the downstairs of this other end, right?
Correct.
Got to clear the level.
So let's go back then to the other cell. We really don't. I don't think we want to go down into this murder choke room.
No, but if we go back the hallway we came, there were a bunch of rooms.
Yeah, we can check. Do we check each cell for anything? We said they were all locked.
The three that you checked as you passed by were unlocked, and hanging open and empty.
Right. Okay. What about the top three that we didn't walk past?
The first two are also open and empty. The final one is closed, that you can see as you approach. Gareth, as you come around the corner, you can see that this cell does seem to hold... there's a body laying on the floor in the far corner of the cell, and the doors are closed.
Does the body appear to be
breathing?
Alive?
The body is not moving,
I poke the body
and
with mage hand.
the body does not respond to the poke.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't respond to a poke. Okay, I was gonna say I could listen to it for breathing, but okay. Is the door locked, you said?
The cell is closed. You have not checked yet to see if it was locked.
All right.
I checked to see if it's locked.
It is.
I shake on the door a little bit.
I'll muscle
It
through with
rattles.
my tools to unlock it.
Alright, I step out of the way so Jackie can get in there. Or so Lee can get in there.
Yes, so you're unable to... the lock is not that complicated, and it's fairly old, so you're able to unlock it without too much issue. And the door creaks open.
Alright, so I'll like step through, move to the side to whoops.
Okay, so the body appears to be female. It's dressed in a long, dirty tunic. And it is not moving, and you kind of get the smell of death in the room.
So we were supposed to be finding people who had disappeared.
Yep, there was a dude. Well, I don't know who else there was, but there was a dude.
Yeah, your primary purpose to come down here was to find Timalis, who is the leader of the Violet Banner Thieves Guild in Cyranor.
Okay, and we're guessing this is not him?
Probably not. Timalis the White is a Kael. He's a halfling.
Okay.
This does not look like a halfling. This looks like a human female.
Okay.
So I don't see a name tag that says, "Hi, my name is Tamalis."
No.
Are there any like identifying tattoos or anything on this individual?
So you're going to go up to the body to check?
I am.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, both Gareth and I are in the room with the dead person.
I
Yeah.
am stroking my giant black pussy, and I will wait out here for you.
Okay. The body, other than a series of cuts on the forearms, there's no other obvious physical trauma and no tattoos or markings of any kind.
Do they
Defensive
look
wounds?
healed, or do they look like fairly?
That's how.
You make a medicine check for me.
Because I'm wondering if it was like something that they did, or if it's just like cool scarification that they've got going on.
Pre-mortem, post-mortem.
I got 18.
The cuts look like there were many of them. Some healed, some healing, some fairly fresh, but all of them look like they would have happened before this person died.
Okay.
She looks young. She looks malnourished.
And did you say, is it human?
Yeah, she was human. The cuts, the only unusual thing about the cuts is that they seem to have been done in a sort of a stylized fashion. Like, instead of just random cuts, they were sort of like purposeful lines and patterns sort of drawn into the skin.
I crossed my eyes to see the magic eye picture.
So it's not just like maybe she was marking like passing days or something. It's not just like hash marks.
No, it doesn't appear to be anything like that.
Doesn't have like a wallet on her that with a driver's license or anything.
As a matter of fact, she does. No, she doesn't.
Is there anything else in the room besides this dead woman?
No.
Anything at all on her other than her clothes?
No.
Okay.
Are we able to estimate how long ago she died by the sunkenness of the flesh, etc.?
If you go in and do a medicine check, you can see.
Okay. Oops. My thingy's not working again.
That's what he said.
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
Hey man, there's room for one more apparently.
Yeah, let's have a party.
It didn't come through. It was a 12.
Party.
Thoradin, you're back here with me in the Panther, right?
Yes, I am.
In trance mode.
I'm kind of just guarding our back door.
So, could we have the Panther do a perception check to see if he smells anything odd or can tell where,
I'm thinking she was tortured.
I wasn't thinking her so much as us trying to figure out if there's anything else human-ish, halfling-ish alive down here.
The Panther is certainly keying on the trail of blood that was left on the floor, which does appear to be fairly fresh. Otherwise, I mean, you have two dead bodies in the main room. You have this dead body in the cell, which is a bit longer ago that she died. So there's a variety of dead smells in here that the Panther is picking up on.
Any live smells? Anything that smells like it might be alive? Or anything it might hear, scratching, coming? I imagine its senses are better than ours.
The Panther is very confused because of this sort of all of these variety of magical effects that you guys have been encountering, the sounds, the smells, the mist and haze, the monsters coming out of the walls. The Panther is not enjoying being down here and it is like really kind of alert to everything. There's nothing immediate that it feels threatened by, but there is just a general sense of this shit is wrong that it's kind of living through right now.
Alright. I stroke its head and comfort it.
Finny, you are guessing that she may have died, it was at least in the last day or two.
Okay. So she may potentially have come down with the dude we're looking for, but...
Or was here and alive whenever he came down.
Right.
That's somewhat troubling to me.
Yeah. And we don't see any wounds that look like they would account for her death, right?
No, No, none of the cuts were life-threatening cuts. They were more like cutting cuts, like, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Something locked her in here, which means
Yep.
there's something capable of locking someone in a room, which
All right.
troubling.
Do we want to keep backtracking to go down that other hallway from the first main chamber?
I think the DM was supporting that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Says-
I've been
says
guarding
to
the
give me-
doorway.
And Finney, your best guess as far as the cause of death, the best that you can tell is she probably died from lack of food and water.
Okay. Finny says, "Give me just a sec," and goes
Probably.
ahead and closes her eyes if they're not already closed, and drops a little bit of seawater on her from a vial that she has. And puts a little piece of dried salt cod in her hand before you guys leave.
Okay. All right, so you leave the body and proceed back into the main chamber, it looks like.
Yes.
Where Gareth stands waiting, and the exit that you had not checked yet is there.
Hmm.
And Thoradin solo approaches the staircase.
I follow.
You can see that there are a set of stairs going down. It's the chamber ahead is about on the same level as the room with the chest.
Where did you go?
Back into the
There's
main chamber.
everyone.
See, that's what happens when you get split up. You get lost.
We didn't
Main
try and
chamber,
split
we
up.
found
I
the
didn't
two
see
dead
anyone
bodies.
move.
Where
Yeah.
we met the fart monsters.
I don't know where that is. Everyone left, and
Where are you?
Are you with your panther?
I was.
Ah,
Okay.
All right,
You
we're
guys are
going
kind
this
of coming
way.
down the hall now.
All right, yeah, that's what. There was no.
yeah. Ah, there we go. Okay.
I remember now. I have two things to move. I'm getting there, guys.
Monster Central. There we go.
And the room beyond is unlit, but you can see that there are a variety of desks and stacks of boxes.
We're going over here.
Correct.
Yes.
So Lee enters first, and she's the one who gets hit by the trap. I need you to make a saving throw, dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. Fun.
Lee, you were supposed to check for traps. I think Lee found a trap.
Oh,
we
yeah.
did. I did check
It's
for.
working.
I did check for traps. I let Lee go.
Yeah, huh? That's how you do it.
Have you not seen? That's what deer do, right? The males all run up to the edge and then let the females run out, and if nothing happens to them, then they follow.
Then they're okay.
Yeah, safe.
I'm just kidding. There was no trap this time, but next time there might be, so be careful.
Is that a perception check to check?
Was it a what?
When I want to check for traps, what am I?
Checking.
Perception?
It's a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah. You find no indication of any sort of traps, mechanical or otherwise.
I will scooch over to the side. It's safe to come down, at least to the end of the stairs.
All right, I go.
So the
have
room
the trap hit me.
looks like it maybe was at one time it was a research room of some kind. Like I said, with desks and stacks of boxes. The furniture is all dust covered and unused, and most of the paper has disintegrated, though one corner in the upper left-hand side of the room has looks like more recent activity. There are stacks of parchment, some stone tablets, sort of a variety of research information gathered at this large desk.
All right, I yell up here and say, "Hey, people that like to read, come up here and read this."
All right.
I'll
I am
come
a
over.
researcher.
All of you mages that like to use intelligence.
I am technically a researcher, so what do you want me to roll to see if I can understand any of this? Would that be history? Would that be Arcana?
Right now, you don't have to roll anything. It's just a matter of time. So as the rest of you look through the rest of the room, which seems you don't find anything of note in the rest of the room, and you do see where it connects with the haze-filled chest room down to the south, the southeast, which still seems to be unchanged from how it was before. The research here, Lux, it's a combination of older research and newer stuff. The older stuff indicates that this complex was the home of an ancient cult that worshipped a being known as Hesati, Hesati, and
Okay.
surprisingly and unknown to literally everyone on the planet, as far as you know, this specific complex was the site of the original chaos manifestation. When the current pantheon of gods were first started to be worshipped, it was because they actually physically appeared on the planet. There were actual moments of manifestation where this being appeared and made itself known. One of the only definitive ones, the first definitive one that everyone knows about, is when Anu, the god of creation, manifested. He and she were the first to manifest, and it is widely known exactly where that happened. Where chaos first manifested, no one knew, but these records seem to indicate that this is where it happened, here in this complex. And these records are the ones that are mostly on these older stone tablets. It was recorded sort of poetically on these things. There's another little side area with some other information and more recent documentation. There is details a current organization called the Bloodscourge, who worship a being called Anastaroth. And
A-N.
A-N-A.
Uh-huh.
S-T-A-R-O-T-H.
Okay.
And you can make a religion check if you like.
That would be under attributes.
Correct. Or it would be under skills. actually.
Normal?
Mm-hmm.
Would I have any advantage to that? Being a
No,
researcher?
just a straight roll. Oh, it's a good roll.
Nice.
Alright.
You know from your studies that Anastaroth is a recent avatar of Boehm, who is the god of chaos. I'm sorry, the god of evil. Boehm is the god of evil. They have avatars that sort of have a more narrower focus within their domain. And Anastaroth is an archangel of blood. The Archangel of Blood originally was an avatar, an archangel of Sanhedrin, the goddess of good. But some members of that belief were corrupted, and eventually over time, this new avatar, this new archangel under the god of evil named Anastaroth appeared.
Okay.
So Anastaroth is the Archangel of Blood. Technically, the Archangels aren't actually actual physical. They're not separate entities. They're manifestations of the god, sort of channeled into a specific subfunction, essentially. They're all considered basically the god. They're just another face of that god.
Okay.
So anyway, the Bloodscourge, the cult, they apparently in this documentation they use breeders to create what they call bearers and tridents. Records indicate that held in one of the cells was a young woman named Anastasia, who was one of these breeders, and her child was potentially a bearer. A child, apparently she gave birth about 6 weeks ago.
Oh no, is that our baby?
And this entire complex is really rich with residual energy from the previous Chaos Cult, and the Bloodscourge have been using it for their own purpose. There's apparently some larger, deeper secret deeper in the complex. Another interesting bit of information that you find is that there are papers implicating the Foundation, which is the Church of Anu, the god of creation, of which you're underneath right now in this complex. Papers implicate the Foundation in conspiracy to conceal a sect of Luminara who are clerics of Anu, who fell into corruption, who created the accident where the Foundation exploded 10 months ago. That was actually their fault. And Anastasia's child is also mentioned here again. Its birth date listed again about 6 weeks ago. And apparently the Luminara are looking for the baby. And Anastasia is listed as being held in the cells, which you are guessing that the body that you found was probably Anastasia.
Is there any describing factors of this child? Is there anything that would lead me to believe it was the baby that we sent with Lady?
It does mention the birthmark of a bearer, which resembles the birthmark that you saw on the baby.
So now we know our baby is in danger.
And you wanted to kill it.
It was a bearer. I knew that it needed to be killed. Can I pocket and keep all of this information, like the paperwork? Can I add it to my satchel?
You definitely can, yeah. And it's noted
Stick
that
in your satchel.
the key to maintaining this residual chaotic energy in the complex is the stone chest that you passed at the entrance and the relic that was inside of it.
So if we replace the relic, the energy would go away?
It would be contained again.
Does it describe the relic at all?
There is a drawing, and it looks sort of like a flat sun disk. It's like a flat disk with sort of stylized sun rays coming around the radius of it.
Okay. Y'all, I feel like we need to go protect our baby now.
Well, is it demonic baby? Right? The Bloodscourge, they use the breeders to make tridents, and what was the other thing they used?
Bearers.
Bearers.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea what a bearer is?
No, you do not.
And this child is a bearer.
Like ever-bearing strawberries? Because yum.
It's a position of import, something that they breed for. So it's something that is definitely important to them, to the Bloodscourge. You just don't know why.
So it could be good or bad. I still think it might be good to have the child cared for or looked after.
Yeah, now that we know someone's searching for the child, that
But
makes me...
it could be Chucky.
What is that? Nurture, not nature?
Nature versus nurture.
All right. Well, we'll add to our list of things to check in on is to make sure that baby got somewhere safe.
Like, is baby Chucky? Yes, no.
I make a note.
Less it would be less Chucky and more like Damien from The Omen.
Oh, great. It's all for you, baby bear.
All right.
Anything
So we
here
need
now?
to. I think what we need to do is find this relic so that we can.
Yeah. And
The,
dude, if we happen to find dude.
The older stone tablets are really too large and unwieldy to be able to carry with you, but you can certainly take all of the newer documentation
Yeah.
on parchment.
And I make notes. I have parchment and pen. That's something that I have. So I make notes on the.
Ooh, you do some
Stone
rubbings.
Oh yeah, there we go. I do some rubbings.
Oh, you guys kill me.
Because I have a scholar's pack or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah,
just
charcoal
crayon.
rubbings. So, Lux gathers up all of these different varieties of parchments and shoves them all into her bag. As far as you can tell, you've explored all parts of this level. There aren't any other hallways or doorways that you haven't gone down. So, what would you like to do now?
I guess we have to go.
Return to the Hall of the Walking
On that
Dead.
other-
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and move you over just for
Oh, thanks.
to make it a little bit speedier. Is you there? And Lux and the Panther. Sounds like a TV show.
My favorite 80s sitcom.
Yep. Lux and the Panther. Gareth. What would you like your marching order to be going down to the bottom of this stairwell?
I am not in front and not behind.
I'll take the lead.
I'll be
I
right
think
behind.
we're-
Actually, Lee leading to check for traps might be the smarter.
Yeah. Right
Yeah.
there with Thornton, maybe.
Yeah, I'll go right ahead of Thornton.
Probably then Gareth, then Panther, then me, then Finny, and protect our one healer as well.
Ah, dang it. I stood in front of the thing and now it's loud.
No. Like, I definitely did not miss those arrows.
Yeah. So when I got here, I'm like, okay, I am not going to stand in front of an alcove. Or what do you call it?
Alcove.
Is it alcove? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
let me
I'm supposed to be
place
further ahead
you
than I am, but I'm
there.
just avoiding the noise. Gareth is as well. He's like, no, I'm not lining up here.
So, the room, the staircase ends, and then there are two side passages, one to the left, one to the right, with staircases going down. Directly ahead of you, the room opens up. About 15 feet into the room, the walls, floor, and ceiling disappear into a massive translucent vertical wall of a red mud-like substance, which is moving, flowing, and boiling like tar. And
But staying in one place or coming
and-
towards us?
But it's a wall.
and tendrils of the stuff periodically ooze out, reach around, and then are pulled back in to the mass.
Nice.
There doesn't appear to be an end to the space beyond this barrier of mud. It's not mud, but it's
How high?
mud
did you
is
say
the
it was?
closest approximation. How what?
High.
Beyond visual range?
Okay. So it's in
Um,
every direction beyond visual range, or except
Cor-
to the floor.
Correct. It is like the floor and ceiling and walls end at the barrier, and beyond it on the other side is just an expanse.
How do we see beyond?
Extending in no direction, because it's translucent, so you can kind of see through it.
Oh, so it's I see. It's
through
a
mud. Okay, all right.
The wall does seem to be growing and moving very slowly. And about the room are bits of floating rock and old furniture, iron candelabras, all just sort of frozen in midair, like they were floating in water, except not actually like moving. They're just sort of stable in place, floating in air. There's
Excellent.
this...
In the muck, just in the air.
Right. Yeah, this is before the barrier.
Okay.
There's a near overwhelming sound of grinding howls, discordant chimes, and ocean surf issuing from the barrier, all sort of combined into a cacophony. The air smells like animal vomit, and there's a stiff wind. There's a stiff wind blowing out from the barrier and up past you up the stairs.
A hot animal vomit wind.
Yes.
I would like to go home now.
I imagine that the panther is pretty unhappy.
I think we all are.
Before we have to roll for initiative, I am going to drop another animal.
Yeah. Please.
So,
Can I moonbeam a wall?
bag of tricks.
You could throw a magic rock at it to see if the rock passes through or bounces
We
off.
certainly
I was
probably
gonna see.
will.
We now have a giant badger as well.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have one of those. Let's see if they
Giant
have
badger
that.
don't care.
Fun.
Hey, giant badgers are tougher than dragons.
Yeah, I'm not
They
unhappy
really
with
are.
that.
Oh, there is a giant badger. Yay.
Sweet.
Configure permission.
You're getting a lot of characters to control. You're almost like a semi-game master.
Yeah, well, when I die, what happens to the bag of tricks creatures?
There's your badger.
Still be alive.
Nice.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Hold on, I gotta
Awesome.
I gotta refresh my screen up black again.
Oh, that's because the badger probably doesn't have vision when you clicked on it. You don't have to refresh.
I didn't click it yet. Holy fuck, that thing's huge.
What was the name in Narnia? Nufkin? What was his name? Trumpkin? Nufkin? Can't remember. I love badgers.
Not much health,
They're evil.
but
Alright, let's
multi-attack.
see. Alright, so this big old giant badger kind of flops onto the ground and stands up in front of you. And it's not enjoying being in the hot animal vomit wind at all.
I say
But-
we take a rope and a grapple and try and throw it into that and see if it goes through it and
Good
comes
idea.
back or not.
alright.
Or I have a crowbar if you want me to use my crowbar at the end of a rope.
We can get the grapple back.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. More so than likely getting a crowbar back.
Question is, would you want it back?
Maybe.
Everything is
True.
cleanable.
Believe me, I just learned that
I'll
lesson.
like tie the rope to one of my grappling hooks and throw it towards the mud wall.
You could throw Lux. She's pretty small.
We'll
Pass.
stick with grappling hook for now.
Animal
This time.
control is important.
Okay, so who is doing the hucking of the hook?
I am. Lee.
Fuck that hook.
What
Alright.
do I gotta roll?
Huck it good.
The hook is hucked. You don't need to make a roll because it's large enough to really not be possible to be missed. And
You underestimate me, sir.
It sort of it plops into the barrier and immediately loses momentum and just sort of floats there suspended. It still has a small amount of momentum, so it's still kind of carrying forward a bit, but it's yeah, so it's there suspended in whatever material this stuff is.
I try to pull it back towards me. Am I able to pull it out of the goo?
You are.
All right. And as I pull my grappling hook back towards me, like, do I notice anything especially disgusting about whatever is on it?
Do you remember do you ever see the movie Poltergeist?
No.
Oh, you need to see Poltergeist.
I am not a horror movie person at all. Like, not even in broad daylight.
It's not really a horror movie. It's more a family drama that involves ghosts and the afterlife. But
I'm with you.
wait, who?
Big old baby.
Are you with
I'm
me?
with
Who?
her.
Or
I'm with her. If it's in the horror genre, I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron.
I know.
Well,
Very
you two can hang out while the rest of us enjoy our horror movies.
Yeah.
Craig T. Nelson and Jo Beth Williams have amazing chemistry in this film as the husband and wife.
I don't want Craig T. Nelson to have chemistry with anybody.
Well, this was a younger Craig T.
movie-
Nelson.
This movie's like 40 years old.
Yeah.
Or it came out in what, mid to late 80s, maybe?
Yeah, probably 85, 86, if
All
not
right,
earlier.
It's not 40 years old then.
Okay,
Almost.
It's 35 years
Yeah.
old.
I've only watched part of 2. I've watched half of Children of the Corn and about half of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original.
I mean,
The original Poltergeist.
Quality.
The original Poltergeist is not like a slasher horror film like Halloween or Friday the 13th or something. It really is more a family drama, and the drama just happens to be ghosts, but it's really
I've
more
watched
about the
suspense.
family.
Like Bird by Alfred Hitchcock, I told that, but that's not really horror. That's more suspense.
It's more like The Birds than it is like Halloween,
Okay.
in my opinion.
But I don't know. I'd still classify it as horror.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well, you're not
But
helping.
Definitely not slasher.
I'm trying to get these guys to watch it.
Lying to them about it will not help.
Yes, it will if it gets them to watch it. That will help.
Okay.
Hard to watch it.
So what reference were you going to make to Poltergeist?
Oh, just the-
Hook.
Yeah, it's basically covered in Vaseline now. There's like
Okay.
there's like a slick sort of oily substance covering the portion that passed through.
That's not fun.
So,
So
Alright,
probably
do you think it burns?
The rope still
We
seems
tried to-
intact.
I'm gonna touch it to find out.
I mean,
Taste
I can
test
hold
it.
my torch to the grappling hook to see what happens.
Yeah. No. I mean, burn the wall stuff.
Well, we could burn it a little bit first to see if it
Oh,
even
the
ignites.
jelly. Yeah, let's see if the jelly ignites.
Because if it's explosive, we don't want to burn the wall.
This is very true.
The jelly does not ignite.
Oh, that was my next choice, was to throw a fireball at the wall and see what happened.
It explodes and we all die.
Was any hole whatsoever left by the grappling hook?
No, it closed back up and filled in.
And as far as we know, it didn't actually get to the other side or anything.
Well, you don't really
Does
know.
the badgers? No, I guess I was gonna say the badger has advantage on smell checks.
So, good news, we're dealing with demonic Vaseline. So,
That's how I felt yesterday.
Don't use it as lube.
Demonic Vaseline.
So
Um,
we can either
you
try
don't-
going down the stairs or we can go up for a closer look.
You don't know exactly like where. Like, you don't know if it's just immediate as soon as you go through the barrier, you're someplace else, or if there's like a transitional period before you enter another thing. You really have no idea.
Yeah, because I'm thinking. Remember, he says we see before the wall other things already floating, which means whatever it is, it takes effect before the wall.
Should
Like if we were to
perhaps
walk
check-
up there.
Do we want to check these
go to the right
side
and left? Yeah.
and one of
Yes.
the staircases first?
That might be the better idea at this point.
So this
Lee,
way?
Lee, you see a body down the room to the right,
Okay.
sort of sitting
My badger's stuck in a hall.
sitting up
Uh-oh.
against the wall. As the badger moves into the room,
I wasn't trying to move him into the room. I got him stuck trying to move him down the hall there, and that's the only place it could go.
there's just this cluster of people trying to
Yeah.
move past the badger and pushing him, and
So are we trying to go down the sides?
Yes.
Yes, to the right.
I tell everyone
the body
to
is over here.
body off to the right. So
The badger turns sideways so that you can get over there.
what roll am I doing for trap checking?
Perception.
Okay. Do I perceive any traps in this stairwell to my right?
You do not.
Okay, so I'm gonna head down these stairs and go to the bottom of the stairs.
All right. The body is of a short person, either a child or a halfling,
the guy
We
we're
found
supposed
the
to find.
person.
Is
With-
it dude?
long white hair stained red with blood and dirt, with long
He had white hair.
rended wounds across his chest.
That's not good.
And he is still alive though, and as you approach he sort of takes in a sharp breath and kind of weakly opens his eyes and looks at you and just sort of moans.
Moan once if your name is whatever that guy's name is. Moan twice if no.
Thomas something or other.
Timalis.
Timalis.
Moan once if you are
Oh, yeah.
Timalis.
When someone mentions his name, he nods slowly and weakly.
Okay.
Alright, who's the
Laying
first medicine we passed?
laying next to him on the floor, you can see a flat disc carved from white marble, with
I
gold
think we should grab that.
inlay, ringed with stylized sun rays.
Y'all,
So
we need to
thing.
put that back in the box.
Yeah. So I take up that disc.
All right.
Do you,
Do y'all just
do you
want to
guys-
go back and put it in the box and see what happens?
We could do that. I could take this guy and throw him over my shoulder and take him back up to the top of the church and drop him off.
He
in
can
the
ride
back.
the giant badger, and we can take him back and close the box and see if that alters this giant mud wall state.
Good
Oh,
idea.
shit.
What?
So as you guys are investigating
not.
this room, Finny and Lux, ahead of you through the barrier, you see this sort of out of focus
It's real big.
silhouette.
Salamander?
This out of focus silhouette sort of form behind through the mud, and as it gets sharper and sharper, it begins to pass through. First, there's this claw, this immense red hand with long black nails reaching out through the barrier, and then the rest of the creature steps forth. It's hulking with a sort of a frog-like head and mouth with reddish scales, covered in that same sort of goop that was covering the grappling hook when you pulled it back in.
Lux is all for running away back to the box.
And it howls so loud that the walls and floor rumble.
Finny takes a deep breath and thinks about the ocean, thinks about the cold, salty ocean.
I'm still ready to run back to the box.
I'm having a vision of like Lord of the Rings, where the Orokai are coming out of that jelly, like egg stuff, and they're peeling it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they're being burnt.
I watched that this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny's been wanting to watch that again recently.
So I know exactly what Aaron is talking about.
You shall eat man flesh.
So need everyone to roll for initiative.
Guys, there's something coming. It's
Hey
big.
y'all.
It doesn't look friendly.
All right. Well, I put the guy down if you thought I picked him up.
Oh, I'm supposed to select myself though, aren't I? Before I do that, before I roll it.
Right.
Oh, my health is back up higher than I thought. I'm okay. Didn't realize
If you right click on your token,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you guys see, but there is a shield with 2 crossed swords. If you click on it,
Yeah.
that adds you to the initiative order, and then you just click on the D20 picture to actually roll your initiative.
Oh, did you get mine?
Yeah, yours
I
is
didn't
in
do
there.
that way.
What D20 picture?
I'm sure there are a couple of ways of doing it in the the combat tracker.
I don't see the combat tracker.
It's the icon in the top right-hand side that looks like a fist.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. I can't seem to get that to coincide with this.
7.11. Wow. Okay.
How do I get? All right, so I clicked on the cross shield.
Interesting.
Okay, and then click on the fist.
What fist? Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. And then you'll click
Alright.
on the dice.
Fist. And then okay.
Unknown creature. He does not look friendly. Happy, but not friendly. Oh, yes, you puppy. I'm not talking about you. You're a very good puppy.
18.13. It's interesting.
I turned on the tiebreaker. So basically it compares dexterity. If you roll the same as someone else, whoever has the higher dexterity will be placed ahead in the initiative
Okay.
order. So I think that's what the point is representing. But Thornton, you're up first.
All right.
Did we roll initiative for the badger and the panther? Oh, they're there.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're in there.
Alright, cool.
All right. So let's see. I have a movement of 25, so I'm gonna go 5. Can I not go diagonal? 10, 15. Can I be in the square with the badger?
That
We'll say
badger's
yes.
huge.
No.
We'll say
Sorry, say
yes.
that again?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All
But you have
right.
to smell the badger.
Yeah.
They don't smell good. Unless you really love musk.
I'm gonna come over to this side. That way, more people can come out. I think that's all my movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. What else can I do? I guess that's. Can I hold my action, or in case he moves into my range, I can attack?
You
Do have
can.
anything you can throw at him?
Yeah,
Or
I
shoot
do.
with?
I can throw one of my axes, but then I'll be without it
Yeah.
for a double attack, and I think I'll do more with it later.
Thornton,
So-
make a perception check for me.
Sure thing. Not well.
Okay.
Why does it do 2? Like, I'm not misunderstanding that.
It's just like in Roll20. It's rolling with advantage, and then
Okay.
you just pick the one on the left. If it's a normal roll, pick the
I gotcha.
highest if it's advantage, or lowest if it's disadvantage.
I understand. All right, cool. All right, so I'm not very perceptive.
Okay. So yes, you can hold an attack action for when the creature is within melee range.
Okay,
All right. So is that it for you?
that'll be it.
All Alright, next up is Lux.
I do not have many things left in the way of spell slots. This does 1d8. We're gonna try Chill Touch on it.
It won't like.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
Oh yes.
So not much damage, but it also, that damage it does, the hand holds on. So it can't regain any hit points until the start of my turn in case it has some sort of healing. Is it undead?
It is not undead.
Okay. Alright. And I'm gonna kinda...
Okay, 1 second. Save that. Run. And open you up. So did you... Okay, there it is. Attack roll, damage roll. It's necrotic damage.
Yes.
Alright, so a 22 hits. And it did 2 points of damage, is that right?
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, good on the first roll, but...
Alright, did that apply it? Let's see, it did. Okay. Alright.
Sorry, y'all. I don't have anything big hitting left. I am out of spell slots.
It was
Almost.
kind of like a baby's hand slapping Arnold Schwarzenegger. It just, not a whole lot happened, though there was a very minor impact, but...
It was greatly insulted, right?
Again, if there's any chance it has any ability to regenerate or heal itself, it can't do that until after my next turn.
That's
Right.
nice. That's a good thing. Good thing.
I don't know that it has that, but it is a mud creature.
Heal from the baby slap. Okay. All right.
Where
It felt a little pinch on its bottom, and now it can't heal itself.
Can you send the details of Chill Touch into the chat?
I can try. Chill Touch, and I do that by...
In D&D Beyond, there's a certain thing that you can click that'll just, maybe the name of the spell, that will send, it'll open it up in
Display
D&D
in
Beyond.
BTT?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that work?
That is technically supposed to work, though I haven't seen anything yet.
Alright, try again. Chill Touch. Cast on BTT. Oh no, that's casting. We don't want to cast. Chill Touch. Display. Virtual tabletop not found.
Huh. That's funky.
Hold on, let me try this.
Funky Cole Medina.
Trying something else here.
Oh, that's one way of doing it.
I mean,
Oh, Lux is reciting what the spell does to everyone.
I did not understand that's how that was gonna work.
Oh, that was really cool.
Once upon a time, there was a Chill Touch.
It's a bedtime story, so we feel more secure during this time of
I
need.
feel better already.
And
so-
And so this tiny hand is gripping the creature's nipple.
My plan was to step back a bit so that I am making myself not look like a target.
I gotcha. Well, just I'll keep in mind that you're actually one square back from your position
Okay.
there.
Really not feeling this.
Yeah.
All right, is that it for you, Lux?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Salamander.
All right, Lee.
Badger don't give a fuck. Badger gonna rush in.
10 at 8 on a honey hive. Oh, shoot. 20. Why can't I go around the corner?
Yeah, I found like you doesn't round the corners well. You have to like
Yeah.
take it step by step.
Yeah, you can't go through a
Yeah.
wall.
Okay. All right.
That's how I got my badger stuck.
Hmm.
I got my badger stuck.
I think I want to do is
Daring contest.
I know.
No,
Let's have a spelling contest.
Come on, Gareth. Make
And
a
I
fall in love with you.
have a bag of ball bearings.
Oh.
I'm gonna spread them out in front of this guy, because a creature moving through it has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Do you know
and
how
then-
quick I'd break a hip?
A creature moving through the area at half speed. Okay, so like if it's moving at its full speed, it has to make a dexterity saving throw, or else it falls down.
Does that work on all sizes of creatures?
It just says as an action, I can spill these ball bearings to cover an area that is 10 feet on a side.
Yeah, it just says a creature. It doesn't say anything about size. I suddenly imagine this immense dragon stepping on ball bearings and slipping and falling.
Is that also going to affect us?
See,
Yes.
size doesn't matter.
Yes, it
That,
affects.
that will also
If
affect.
someone were to advance beyond the badger.
Yeah, the badger was going to rush in and bite. Like the badger, literally, if you do that, cannot attack without risking falling prone.
And never
Jump on the badger jump over the 10 feet area. I don't know.
Then
if that
I
would
will
jump far.
aim with my short bow. Let's fall back on my trusty old short bow,
I mean, badger's not really a jumping creature.
which I don't think a 10 will do
It's
it.
not very dexterous, no.
No,
I think the
unfortunately,
badger is just-
a 10 was a miss, unfortunately. So your arrow goes past it, bloomp, into the barrier, and then just slowly starts to float.
Can the
Okay.
badger walk around the ball bearings? It's only a 10-foot wide space, right? And now the badger's too big.
I mean, I can try the ball bearings in the future. One thing to note with it is if the creature is moving at half speed, then the ball bearings have no effect.
Okay.
I'm assuming if it's rushing, then it would have to make a saving throw.
Okay, so the badger could slowly walk over the ball bearings.
Yes, but
Okay.
I didn't do that, so
Oh,
I
okay.
took my shot and I suck. So I'm gonna move back.
Get
And
behind
that's
badger.
fine.
Badger will protect us.
All right,
fine.
unknown creature.
Sorry,
Woohoo!
At least I hope the badger can protect us.
Oh God.
All right, so this beast lumbers forward
It's so cute.
and
Good though.
Don't
begins to just haul off on the badger with fang and claw. So let's see.
Maybe we should have dropped the ball
Mhm.
bearings.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already here.
The badger might be
Wait.
dead now.
Aw.
Yeah, that badger definitely got bit.
So it gets bit for 6.
And
Let's see.
I hope the badger gets a turn.
So wait, it only has 13 hit points.
Yeah.
That's not very many.
No.
Yeah. Well.
No, it doesn't.
7. And then it claws.
And it has next to no AC as well.
Might be better to do it from here. Let's see. That was a big ol' miss.
This is good.
Undo. Well,
How many dice you rolling over there, buddy?
13. What is the badger's AC? It is 10. So the second claw hit, And it took, looks like 4 points of damage. No,
Oh,
7
man.
points of damage. 7 points of damage.
Guys.
So we want to apply that.
So the badger's dead?
So the second claw just basically just grabs it by the scruff of the neck and just basically rips it open. And yeah, the badger, unfortunately, does not make it.
I mean, as sad as that is that the badger got no opportunity to do anything, it's better the badger than us.
That was 11 points that I didn't take.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. 14.
Very, very true.
And the panther says, no, and
Yeah, bye.
nopes its way back up the stairwell.
No. That panther secretly loved that badger.
Oh, give a rage panther.
And hold on, I'm thinking here. So the panther is going to back up just enough to be able to take a running pounce attack at this thing.
Alright, cool.
Because if it pounces, the DC, it has to do a saving throw. I have a feeling that that's not going to do much, but it's going to do a claw attack. Oh, please roll well. That was not good.
Oh.
Nope.
Yes, a 9, unfortunately, was not good enough to hit.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Panther. Thank you for protecting us.
But it didn't die yet. I mean,
It will probably die next turn.
it
So
probably
now it's
will,
up
but
here.
It didn't die yet.
So this panther just jumps over the body of the badger,
And swipe
lands on the creature, was not able to find purchase with its claws. And Finny.
All right. Finny is going to cast Moonbeam on this thing. How do I do that from here? Can I do that?
So Alt-click on the creature to target it, and you'll get those orange arrows around it.
Oh, I should have done that, sorry.
It failed its saving throw.
Excellent.
So it looks like it did 13 points of damage. Which type of damage are you doing?
I do.
Radiant, it says.
Something. What?
It says radiant on the.
Okay, radiant. That sounds good.
You can do. Wait, what is it? It says. Oh, never mind. Okay, that's what that is. Yes, it is radiant damage. So
Yeah.
it took full damage from that. So apply. Did you apply? 75, 78,
And switch turns afterwards.
79, 78.
I'm also going to back up.
Didn't I have a nice spell effect for that?
I think so. I think wasn't it just a cone of light, or a little? No, it was a moonbeam. It was a
Yeah,
moon.
it was an actual moonbeam. Let's see if I can find it. And Finny. Where did I save it? It's not there.
Did it break when all the photo links broke?
I don't know if I ever uploaded it to Foundry, but I got it in there
Okay, you can
now.
hear it?
So.
Because you're awesome.
Face tile. And that. And that. at a time. Of course, it's going to put it behind it, so we're not going to be able to see it.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's no good.
Well, we'll just know it's there.
Yeah, plus we have...
Go and put one of the little effects that go in the picture on the top. Like right...
Yeah, make a little moon.
Yeah, right there. Assign a status effect.
Well, the problem with the actual status effect is that it'll actually apply whatever the status effect applies to it. Because they're all like assigned to specific things.
Well, as long as the thing is happening, we can just know it's happening.
Yeah. Okay, so Moonbeam went off. And for some reason it looked like it applied damage twice.
That's how it works.
Yes, double damage.
Keep doing radiant damage. It doesn't like it.
Yes.
It's not vulnerable to radiant damage.
Oh, okay.
At all?
So, no more than anything else.
Oh, like it's not especially vulnerable, you mean?
Right.
Like it's weak to it, right?
Right.
So it looks like, and the only damage it's taken so far were the 2 points from the chill touch, and then the moonbeam, right?
As far as I know.
So it's 15 points total. 83. Okay, just wanted to make sure that everything was accurate with that. All right, anything else from Finny?
I stepped back, but that's all.
All right, well, just to keep you on the map, we'll just know that you are actually 2 squares back from there.
Okay.
Finny and I are both like, bam, peace out of here.
Yeah, that thing's big. I don't like it.
All right, Sir Gareth.
All right, so Gareth has like been in the other room the whole time, so he doesn't know what's going on. He hasn't seen anything.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're going around the corner.
we've
Going
been
down.
1, 2, 3. Oh my! He says.
Hello.
It's a traffic jam of people
He
and dead
steps over the
badger.
dead badger.
I think you'd step on the dead badger. It's
I mean,
pretty
I-
big.
He
You have to
stepped
straddle it.
over the dead
I'm just gonna
badger.
get
He
rid of
has
it.
respect. He targets it and hits it with his longsword.
Gareth, I
Spirit.
admire you rushing in with the
No
panther.
kidding, man.
You don't want to step on the badger, but he steps on the panther.
Oh, I didn't see that the panther was there. Oh well.
It is dark. I mean.
Well, there was a giant skull panther on top of it.
That's
Okay.
true.
Badger.
Or badger on top of it.
All
So
right,
go to
so
the
a
hit.
10 unfortunately misses.
Okay.
So your sword just
Well,
sort
then
of
I-
bounces off the thick scales.
Okay. Then I am going to use my... I think I still have a bonus action that I can do a second attack. Oh, maybe I did action surge already. Okay, never mind. I don't think I've rested since then. So yeah, I'm probably just
Bummer.
gonna get fucked up.
I think you guys didn't you do a short rest? I don't remember.
I don't think we've done a short rest since we came down
No.
in the...
No,
Hey,
we
Yeah, it
haven't.
hasn't really been a
Once
place
since
to.
we've been.
So yeah, never mind. I don't have my action surge.
That is unfortunate.
Can you use a priority die or whatever it's called?
That's
For one,
not going to
for
give me
extra one?
anything at this point.
Okay.
All right, Thornton.
All right, I will begin my rage. My second of my 3.
I step out of the way slightly so he can rage against the machine.
I'm gonna hop over here. I'm smaller, so I don't mind sharing a block with Cat. And I am going to attack this thing with one of my axes. My first attack. Did that roll? It did
Yeah, not yet.
Let me try it again. Still nothing. Why is this all of a sudden just not working? Let me refresh.
You can do it from Foundry too. You don't have to do it from D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Just make sure
I'll
you
just
all click on the creature so you have it targeted.
So I have a spell that
There
I
it is.
don't remember learning, and I'm missing other ones that I did. Not quite sure how that happened.
Interesting.
In D&D Beyond or in Foundry?
In Foundry.
Yeah, like I said, during the import process, things may have changed, so I wanted you guys to go through and sort of compare to make sure that, you know, everything was correct and fix.
I missed that being wrong. It's all good. I know now.
This was last weekend. Oh my god.
I didn't need it I think it was right last weekend. I had the stuff. I've used it.
I don't know.
It's all good.
I did notice that Thoradin, for some reason, in his Foundry sheet, he has, like, in his features, he has, no, maybe it was Gareth. In his features, he has, like, 5 or 6 passive abilities that are just called new feat or feat with no details or anything.
Oh, let me look.
Oh, this is Gareth that has it, not Thoradin.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I do have a bunch of things that just say new feet.
Yeah,
I wonder what that is.
I don't
Like
know.
new
Something
shoes?
Make
that
them
did
up, but make them good.
it did not import
feet.
well. Gareth has like 8 feet now.
Yeah,
It's like a
I'll have to
centipede.
Look at that and see what that is.
He's a Gareth Pede. Alright, so Thoradin, you rolled a 13, which was a miss on the first hand axe.
Curses. Okay.
But just barely. It just careened off its armor. The
So I
second...
did just barely better.
Yeah, and that's all you needed, actually. So the second hand axe hits.
All right.
Do I, in my studies of anything, or does anyone
looks
else
like you
here
did.
recognize this creature?
Looks like you did 3 points of damage.
I'm supposed to do +2 because I'm in rage. It says slashing damage 7, right?
On the second attack, I see that you were... Oh, it's a 3 plus 4, so yeah, 7, sorry. On my screen... Here, I'll show you what it looks like on my screen. Why
Yeah,
doesn't
so I
that
rolled
work
a
anymore?
3. I guess I get +4 damage, +2 for the rage as well.
What's your region? Copy. Can I paste images in there? No, I can't. Okay, in Discord, I'm going to paste it. I don't know if this is because of the I don't know why it comes out like this, but it's black letters on a black background, so I can't
You've
actually
got-
see.
You've got dark mode turned on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because I literally just turned off dark mode because I was like, I can't see what that number is.
Yeah.
yeah. So it says I rolled a 3 and then +4, and that does not include my +2 for my rage. So I think it should be a 9 damage.
So 9 points total. So this is down to that.
We still don't have any sort of status bar on it, or it's not changing colors yet.
I bet it's not going to change color for a little while.
Yeah. 1 second. Update token. Okay, there was... It's a long story, but one of the modules that I installed is technically able to display damage visually, but there are some other things you have to do which are kind of outside of my pay grade. And I still haven't figured out exactly how to do it yet. So it's something I've been researching.
I'm just being whiny.
The documentation for this particular add-on is not great.
Right.
It says just do this thing, but it doesn't tell you how to do the thing that it's telling you to do. And so I'm like, I have no idea how to make this work. All right, so 9 points of damage total on your second hand axe. What else you got?
That will be it for me.
All right. Back to Lux.
So, in any of my studies or the paperwork I read recently or anything, do I have any idea what this creature is or anything about it?
Go ahead and make a check of some kind. Let's see, what should it be?
History? Arcana? Must be researchy, kind of.
Make a religion check.
Not ideal, but we will do that.
You get a +4, it's pretty good.
Oh, that's not bad
It's
at all.
Jesus.
It is Jesus. What do I know about Jesus?
You know that he's a white man.
Yeah, I rolled better than that, Alex.
He's actually not a white man.
I rolled a 21. I know better than that.
He's born and raised in Alabama.
South Detroit.
Yep. This creature appears to resemble
A poisonous frog.
a poisonous frog. No, it's a creature from another plane of existence that has been theorized and research has gone into it. It's a plane of existence called the Abyss, and this particular race of creatures are called the Slaad, Slaad, of which this appears to be one of. Given the general chaotic nature of the environment and this sort of planar barrier that is appeared down here, it would stand to reason that this thing might just be a creature of chaos.
Okay. That seems... Do I have any idea anything it would be susceptible to, or...
You do not know of anything that it is particularly susceptible to. You do know that it is resistant to many things, and that it does have some regenerative capability, and that it is theorized that they reproduce through implanting eggs into a host.
Nice. So I know it has some things it's resistant to, but I don't know what they are. We know it's not fire or necrotic because it hasn't... Wait, radiant necrotic it's not resistant to, because we've
Correct.
just checked those.
Correct.
But I don't remember what it was resistant to.
It was most likely more general forms of environmental damage like lightning, fire, cold, acid, those sorts of things.
Okay, so we chose well with radiant necrotic then. I share this information. The whole regenerative thing makes me think that it's probably good that I keep this hand on it.
Plus, it's just funny to see this little tiny skeleton hand tweaking his nipple.
So I am torn between casting a spell that will potentially do more damage and continuing to keep the thing hanging off its nipple that will keep it from regaining any hit points.
I really like the not healing. Not
I
healing is
know.
great.
I agree.
Yeah, keep
Alright,
the nipple
so-
clamp.
So we're gonna attack with the nipple clamp again then, and I will hold off until it looks like it's hurting a little more before I try and ball on it, because it can't currently regenerate if I hit it with this. So try that again and hope I don't roll like shit. 14.
So it says that the hand clings to the target, but you have to make another 2 hit. It doesn't really say specifically. Like, it only lasts for 1 round, so you basically have to cast it again each round.
And that's why it goes till my turn.
Right. And this is it's a cantrip, so you can do that. So
Yeah.
yeah. 14 hits.
Okay. It pinches the other nipple for 3 more damage.
All right. 3 points of damage.
I
Done.
also share that I believe it will be somewhat resistant to environmental things, but things such as radiant and necrotic it should be susceptible to.
Okay.
And I also let them know why I'm tweaking nipples instead of doing anything useful.
All right, Lee.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for that information.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Now, Lee, you will get to attack with advantage, and you will get sneak attack damage now since it is engaged with an ally.
Awesome.
Don't know when the wedding date is, but you're very happy for them, and they make a cute couple. All right, 17 hits. So let's see. So 6
Total.
plus another 6 from the sneak attack damage is, yep, 12 total.
And then I would also like to play another one of my inspiration cards. I want to use Favor of the Unholy, specifically the Misfortune effect. A target of my choosing gains disadvantage on a roll. I want to have it have disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay. We can do that.
And
And you do not follow that particular god. That is not your character's religion, is it?
all I see is the effects. I don't see any additional.
The unholy is the god of evil.
No, I don't. So
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I take it back. It's the god of destruction. Is the unholy. All right, so you only get to use the card once then before discarding.
yes,
So delete.
should be deleted from my inventory.
Yep.
Yep, it is.
All right,
So
great.
it has advantage on its next attack.
Noted.
I'm
All right.
just gonna like choop choop choop.
All right, sneaking back. It's Big Boy's turn next. It is going to attack Thoradin, since Thoradin is the only one that has struck it so far as the frontline fighters go. And let's see. Oh, it is also Lux. It is also anytime it gets a saving throw with a spell, it has advantage. So it's particularly resistant to magic that involves a saving throw of any kind.
Now we know. Okay, thank you, Alex.
Yep.
I appreciate you sharing that. I share that information.
All right.
Shit, sorry, Finny. I should have told you. It also is, you know.
All right. Its second bite roll because it's doing it with disadvantage. And he got a 14 both times. And
Who's it attacking?
Thoradin.
Warden.
Thoradin, what is your AC?
The panther looks awfully threatening. Look, mud creature.
My AC is 17.
All right. So the bite misses, and now it is going to attempt to claw you. First claw misses with a 14. And second claw hits with a 19.
Alright. I get half damage because, unless it's psychic.
It is not
Somebody
psychic
put it-
damage, so you take 5 points. Half damage. And you made your Constitution saving throw. And so that is it for the Slaad. And now the Panther is up.
The panther is going to do. If it moves away, it disengages, correct?
I sort of mind played it that Thoradin sort of moved it out of the way when he came in with his attack.
So can the panther back up and then leap again?
Sure.
Okay, so the panther does that. We're gonna try another pounce.
And Gareth, can you make a perception check for me?
Is Gareth gonna get whapped in the head by a panther?
No.
I can. 13.
You notice overhead there are a series of 3 iron candelabras suspended from rope, hanging from the ceiling. One of them is directly overhead of the Slaad.
Ooh.
Interesting. I shared that information with the party.
Yes.
I feel like we should knock some candelabras down.
Uh,
So this doesn't seem to be rolling for the pounce? It just sends the information
Well,
over?
yeah, the pounce is not. You just have to make the claw attack then.
Oh, sorry.
It's sending the information.
I apologize.
That's okay.
16
16 hits.
for 4 damage. And then I think if the claws... Is it that if the claws are successful, it gets a bite attack? No, it only gets if it's prone. Okay. So then DC 12 saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Alright.
Ooh, yes.
Oh!
Wait.
ooh.
Okay, it's knocked prone and the panther can bite.
Wait, I rolled a 14.
Oh, all right. I saw the 11 and got excited. I'm sorry.
Yeah. it got a +3.
All right, all right. Now that seems reasonable with a large creature. I got really excited. So,
Alright, so it took 4 points of damage.
whew, me and my panther over here just whittling away on its nipples.
And we'll place it here now. Kind of off to one side. And Finny.
Okay. I want to throw a magic stone at it because. Oh wait. Did you? When you did its turn, did you do its moonbeam damage?
Yeah.
I did not. Thank you for the reminder.
Oh,
You have to
I
remind me
thought
on
that
that.
was what the
Forgot about
saving
that.
throw was.
So let me try to find the spell information.
Do you want me to send it?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, there it is. No, display, not cast.
Bah! It's all
Did
light.
it work?
It did. It's just in a very... It's like on a white background with very light gray
So,
text.
2d10 radiant damage if it fails, or half as much on a successful. Do you want me to
What's its
roll my
DC?
part
The Constitution thing.
of it? Where does it say? Oh, 13.
Alright, got a 19 on its saving throw.
Okay, so you get half a 2d10. So you get 6.
6 points of damage.
I remembered that.
34. I'm glad you remembered too. Alright.
And then for my turn, I would like to hit it with a magic stone,
Okay.
which I don't, I can't find it on my thing in there.
Oh, as far as under the attacks, yeah, it's not in there.
Yeah.
I don't see it. It's probably under spells. Yeah, it's under your spells.
Is it?
Yep.
I
So-
thought that was the making of it, though.
It is, but you might be able to also do the attack roll from it too, because it looks like it has an attack roll button. I'm not sure what it does. Let's see.
Okay.
Yep, it did the attack roll.
Okay, sweet. Alright, well, there you go then. Boom! I threw a rock at it. Take that.
It's better than a
Diddle.
nipple clamp,
Hey, you know, I think a nipple clamp would get really annoying over time.
as long as it keeps him from regenerating anything.
Theoretically, right.
All right, so you hit with a 19 for 7 points of damage. It's pretty good for a little tiny pebble.
Yep. It's a magic pebble.
All right, the creature is definitely looking pretty injured at this point.
Oh, good.
And Gareth is up.
I am going to hopefully hit it this time with my longsword. That's a hit.
18 is a hit. Looks like you did
Nice.
13 points of damage. Yep.
Well played, sir.
So you got 21, 20, 19, 18. It's a big old cut. You just chopped out a good portion of its flesh.
Let's say it's odd that my one-handed damage would have been so much more than my two, but yes. I hit him good. And that's all I'm doing.
All right. Back up to Thornton.
All right. I'm gonna take 2 more whacks at this thing.
Nice.
Ooh,
I'd say it's a hit.
+2 to that because it's raging.
So
that's 8 damage total.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right.
Here's my, and I'll roll again for the next hit.
Also a hit.
So that's 5 + 2, 7.
4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. And the creature is bleeding profusely from numerous large wounds.
Excellent.
It is barely holding on at this point.
Is it bleeding from its nipples? This is important.
No, its
It's about
nipples
to be.
have been undergoing a deep massage through all this, so they're actually looking pretty hale and hearty. Healthy, one might say.
Okay.
All right, Lux.
I can't see me. I think it's because I was on the panther. There we go. Thank you. So I right-click it, and it should get orange arrows.
If you hold down Alt when you right-click it.
All right. I am going to target this thing's nipples again
All right.
with my. I was about to say with my mage hand, but so that would be 15 for 5 more damage to the nipples.
Yes.
tell me I tore its nipple
5
off and it
points
died.
damage. You did tear its nipple off, and it did indeed die.
Yes!
Oh.
God, that was
Nice.
You
So
gave it
nice.
the most purplest of purple nurples.
Deep purple nurple.
the nipple floats back to me, and I throw it in the bag with the
Oh yeah.
bag of tricks.
When
It's a
the
snack
creature
for your
dies,
creatures.
its body begins to get pulled back in chunks through the barrier behind it. And as that is happening, suddenly the floor shifts underneath all of you,
Oh shit.
Fuck, man.
and the barrier begins to move forward at an increasing rate.
So I say we run back and put this fucking disc in the box and shut
Yeah,
the box.
let's do that right now.
Do we want to get that guy? Drive
I
that guy
mean,
with us? That
I
we found?
guess.
I mean, he was the guy we were looking for, technically.
He was the reason you were here.
He was the reason for the season.
Yeah, we
Yes.
should try to get him.
All right.
To every season, turn, turn.
I'll get him, throw him over my shoulder, and I'll carry him out.
Oh, here comes a swirly piece of wall. Let's get the hell out of here.
Ew.
Run away!
So right now it is right there. So
Run.
from this point on, we're going to have to closely track your position and how far you're moving for each round because
Alright,
you're
so-
being chased by this wall.
Oh my god.
Tamales weighs about 40 pounds.
Well, it's nothing
Yep.
for Thoradin.
Yeah, my
And-
strength is 18.
And as you're running, the whole place is sort of this is the epic escape scene in the movie. So the whole place is sort of rumbling and dust and debris is falling from the ceiling and the walls that you're having to sort of dodge past as you run. So each round,
We
each of
decided to
you,
grab those coins on our way out.
you have to make a dexterity check to avoid getting hit by dust and debris. If you are... Let's just do this one at a time. So Finny... I can't even select you now because you're... Oh, wait, because I have that selected. That's why. Derp. You're 2. So let me
Yeah.
place you there. Are you Heidi? Is that you?
DM, you're going to have to run me, I think, because I have to go get Lily.
Oh, are they ready for her to be picked up? Actually, we're kind of past our time anyway, because I think someone had a hard stop of 6, didn't they?
Whoop.
No, I said that and then I remembered that wrong weekend.
Why?
Oh, that's
You
right.
want to pick back up at like 8 after dinner?
I can do that.
8:30?
I can do that.
That's late.
Dungeon Master, can you do that?
You have what, Jackie?
Oh no, I'm just saying that's late for me unless we're only playing for like an hour tops.
We can do
what's
that.
your
We could-
hard stop time, Jackie.
9.
Okay.
So come back at 8 then and play for an hour?
Yeah, I can do another hour.
That lets her go get Lily and we can grab a bite, and that will also allow me to, my parents are having some sort of family Zoom night that I forgot about and got a text about.
Okay.
So I could jump on that for 30 minutes.
Alright.
All right.
Tell
that
your
good?
folks I said hi.
I will.
Thank you.
Also, while we're not playing and I have time, what the fuck is up with all these racist pieces of shit on poor Joey's Facebook feed?
Show starts in 8 minutes. Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 7 minutes.
It's refreshment time, folks.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on. Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now. Show starts in 6 minutes.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Ah, there, and I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Faith, and there's better than gold in here
candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Show starts in 5 minutes.
We're happy to have you with us this evening and want you to enjoy every minute of your stay here. And while you relax and stretch, visit our concession where you'll find something to please you. There are ice-cold drinks, delicious sandwiches, ice cream, coffee and snacks, and many other pleasing treats. Our foods are fresh and tasty, our drinks satisfying and refreshing. They're so good.
You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
Show starts in 4 minutes.
To visit our snack bar and treat yourself to some delicious Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches. Cook the Castleberry way, slowly over open pits of glowing charcoal, then seasoned with a sauce that's zesty, yet delightfully mild to please the entire family. Also at the snack bar, you'll find popcorn and soft drinks and candy and French fries to go with your Castleberry's barbecue sandwiches. There's plenty of time before the movie starts, so visit our snack bar right now for Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches.
Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
Show starts in 3 minutes. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Please remember to replace the speaker on the post when you leave the theater.
And now, on with the show.
Okay, I still need to move this time.
Yes, and what is the panther going to do when the barrier reaches it?
It's gonna stay in front of the barrier, but make sure that it would hit the barrier. The barrier would hit the panther before it hits Gareth or I. It's staying behind Gareth as well.
So it is moving away from it. It's not holding position in that same space and letting the barrier just pass over top of it?
No, but it's going to make sure that it stays between the barrier and us.
Does it want to remain one space away from the barrier or one space behind whoever is in the back?
At least 2 spaces behind us. That way we have a chance of getting away if it were to slow the barrier down.
All right, so the panther's right there. All right, and Thoradin and Lee are both upstairs. So Finny, Gareth, and Lux make dex checks for me, please.
Wait, even though I'm up with them already?
You're not. You're still on this level.
Okay. I was gonna say I haven't moved yet.
I need to be
Thoradin,
spaces ahead. I just can't.
Thoradin and Lee are off of this map. They're upstairs now.
Okay, I should be.
Finny, you did not. Right.
I'm gonna cast. If I cast a spell, I can't move though, so I can't cast a spell.
You can move. You just can't do a dash.
Well, I can't do a dash because I rolled like shit. So.
Well, then you might as well cast a spell.
Yeah, your dice really are cursed.
I'm telling you, I fucking hate these dice.
You need to change the color.
I tried that. It didn't work.
Oh.
All right, Finny, you're up and out.
Okay.
On to the next level.
Let me see how much this hits me. Can I take my damage before I decide if I want to spend a spell?
Sure. Two.
I think I have to, because he rolls a 6 next time, I'll be down.
And how'd the panther do on its check this time?
It doesn't matter, because he's not going to... Oh, I guess it does matter, because he's not going to take damage. Or not,
right.
Then. Sorry, I was thinking he's not going to try and dash.
That's okay.
14.
Okay, so it did take damage.
Yeah.
3. And Gareth, you can move your full move plus dash. And Lux, you go ahead and make your move with the panther. That's what you're casting?
Yeah, because I'll have some temporary hit points then.
I've got 2 more
3,
squares.
6, 7.
So you gain 7 temporary hit points.
Plus 5. Because I did it 2nd level, in case we run into...
Okay.
So that boosts me up
4,
pretty
5,
well
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I like that.
Where do I go after I turn into the room?
Alcohol.
15, 20.
Just head over here.
Alright, yeah, I'm going back for my panther. I see it. I see it.
And Alex, I have 2 more squares I can move, except I can't because I can't move.
Oh, so you're up and out. Gone.
Yes.
You want me to roll my dex check again to see if I can get out of here?
40. The wall of sludge is there. Yes, go ahead and make dex checks for you and your panther.
Still no. Still damage. I fucking hate these dice. Can I start rolling them here?
3.
Panther rolled a 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Does that at least get me out of it?
No, you gotta make it up the stairs. there at the end of the hallway. The Panther did make his 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. All right, and go ahead and make your final dexterity check. And the rest of you, you get up to you get up to the top.
Every time.
I think you had one crit actually.
And the Panther passed again, so more damage. It's a good thing I cast a spell or I would be dead. Does that... I can't go anywhere. Do I get out in that one, or do you need me to roll again?
No, because you only had 3 more spaces to go, so whether you succeeded or failed didn't matter, but you did take a final 3 points of damage. So that marked you down to 6. And the Panther got a 19. It's taken off of your
additional 12?
It's taking off of your additional 12. So now you're down to 6 out of the 12.
Oh, that's not including the 6 I had left.
You still have that 6 of your real hit points, and then the temporary hit points are what have...
Understood.
Yeah. And this sludge barrier is just pressing right up against you guys as you're hauling up the stairs as fast as you can. Your Panther is just sort of pushing you on the butt with its nose, trying to get up the stairs. And up on the next floor...
Had I not gotten that one dash, I would be dead. It would have gotten me. Because I cannot move fast enough to get away from it. Yay. I see you, Magnus.
Oops, I need to copy that.
Mom is frustrated.
Copy.
Suck.
Paste. Alright. And... Lee, you're standing there with the idol, and there's a shape inside the box that looks like it would fit this disc that you have. It's shaped perfectly for it. And Lux scrambles around the corner with the Panther right on her heels, with these tendrils wrap around the door frame right as they come through. And the mass of sludge just begins to immediately come around the corner and start to push in.
Oh god.
I put the thing in the thing. I put the thing in the thing.
You put the thing in the thing. The lid of the chest floats up into the air and slams down on top of the chest as soon as you put it in to the spot. Her arms are not out of the way and she is decapitated. No, I'm just kidding. She's not going to...
Hooks for hands.
The chest slams shut, and almost at the same time, the stone door where this barrier is coming through also just turns and slams shut, cutting off tendrils that were coming through, and they just fall and splat to the ground and sort of seep into the rock like water on a hot desert floor. It just dissipates into it, and there's this screech of sound and then silence.
I think we did it.
My haunches and pants.
I hurt.
Can you turn on my torch so I can see?
Not doing well over here.
Sorry, I didn't know your torch wasn't on.
I decided to wait for a break in the conversation because, you know.
I'm sorry.
It was intense.
You see how your torch is more important than me getting any life back.
Thank you for noticing.
Alright, so you guys are dirty, bruised, but you managed to replace the seal, find your quarry, and most of you made it back alive.
We're all alive.
+1.
Except the giant badger.
That's alright. Other lives don't matter to Jacob as long as he has a torch.
You can have 6 points back, Melissa, just in case you need them.
Thank you. I have one more spell slot, I think, to be able to cast that false light if we run into shit.
Oh, good.
So let's apply that.
I feel so much better. Thank
Why
you,
does it say
Finny. You my
damage
friend.
roll?
I pant happily in your direction.
All right, let's go back for the gold.
I say something
glare at you.
praiseful in a non-condescending way.
I do mourn the fact that I lost that possible gold.
Remember the mage hand plucked all the gold out. It was just copper.
Oh, did it?
I
Yeah,
plucked the gold pieces and the box of gemstones out.
Okay. Right. Oh, that's what it is. Right. Okay.
All right.
All right, it is
Guy.
it is a little after 5:15 in the morning now.
Can we just rest like here now?
I'm so ready. Like, limp home. We're out in the bay. This isn't good. You guys all swim? Thorin, can you swim?
I got nothing. I have a green screen.
All right, and you come out of the tunnel underneath the ruined portion of the foundation, and you make your way to the same alley where you split off from the thieves from the Violet Banner. Doradin is still there waiting and is both surprised and relieved when you finally make an appearance. And then he sees that you have Tamalis over your shoulder and rushes over, sees that he's still alive, and he seems very pleased.
He looks pleased.
Start looking at his wounds and everything, and then he's like, okay, we need to get follow me, and we'll take you back over to lead you back over to the Iron Loot. And so you guys mostly stick to the back alleys and just follow Doradin, who knows the back alleys pretty well of the city, and make it back to the Loot, which is technically closed at 5:17 in the morning, but he has the place open for the banner, and you guys so you take Tamalis inside, put him on a table. One of the guild members begins to check him out and starting to bandage him and stuff, and what was her name? I guess I can go back over to the Iron Loot. Activate.
We need that baby back.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
Yes, I was just gonna do that. I couldn't unmute fast enough.
Guess you shouldn't have gotten rid of that baby.
We didn't get rid of it. We just put it on
It
a
wasn't
shelf.
safe to take with us.
Right, imagine. We'd have to throw the baby at the gelatinous wall.
I might have gotten away faster if I would have used the force from throwing the baby to project myself forward.
Right.
You're throwing a baby now?
That's what it takes. You don't care.
Okay.
Hey, all lives matter.
Jacob thinks the baby's life matters more than mine.
I don't think I said that.
Well, is it a cute baby? Because, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Hasn't already fucked its life up like I have.
What? You're sitting here playing D&D with some of your closest friends.
Oh, that part's great.
What else do you want?
More wine.
More wine.
Yes.
You need me to
More
bring you
Viking
another
blood.
bottle?
No.
Marta seems just so impressed with you guys, and she hands you your agreed upon payment of 50
What's
gold
that?
pieces.
Okay, so in this How do we add those in?
Offers up, wants to set you up with food and drink and rooms for the night if you like, or for the day.
Do that.
Yes, please.
I think a good night's sleep would be great.
I'm glad we didn't waste that potion.
Oh, I see the short rest and the long rest on here.
How much time do we have before we're supposed to meet our ship?
The ship is leaving on the 21st.
How do you do the long rest?
On your sheet, on here, it's right underneath where your hit dice are.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I can see level 3, yeah. And it says, "Is new day?" That's very cute.
The ship's leaving on the 21st, and it's currently the 19th.
All right, inventory.
All right,
Gold. Where's our gold at?
Feel free to go ahead and select your rooms.
Where is our golden stuff? Oh, there it is. Okay, what was our payment?
Here.
50 gold pieces.
Gold. And how many are there of us?
It won't let us go into the room, or at least it won't let me go into the rooms.
So that's
Are
10
the rooms all
gold
the same?
Was it
Oh,
50
there we
each?
go. Now I can go in a room. I sleep here.
Is that 10
You guys
gold
living in the
apiece,
same
right?
room?
Yes.
There we go.
I like to curl up on her. She's comfortable.
I'm warm and fuzzy. And I don't fart much.
Alex, was that 50 gold a piece or 50 gold for the group?
It was 50 gold for the group.
So 10 apiece.
Thank you.
And you can track these on your D&D Beyond character sheet.
Oh, that'd be easier.
Because when we update, you know. And congratulations, you are all now 4th level.
Woo! So exciting! Now I have something else to do tonight.
Is this one room at the end just huge, or am I in something else?
That is one of the larger rooms that you're in, yes. And then there's an outdoor patio as well.
I'm taking that one.
Or a balcony, not really a patio, but...
Okay.
Fitting.
I'm the fancy boy, so I get the big room.